Welcome to Nuts and Bolts Level 103. This session will discuss the basics of how your organization will operate financially. As a recognized student organization, you will have assistance with managing your organization's finances. The Office of Student Involvement and Leadership will work with you to pay for all items and services your organization utilizes. As an officially recognized organization, you will have access to one or two accounts for your group's money. We call them the number 1 and number 2 account. All SGA-funded organizations have a number 1 account. Money is only put into this account when your club applies for and is approved through the SGA finance process. This money will only be available to your organization for that event and for the items requested during the current fiscal year. After the current fiscal year, this money will leave your account. Non-SGA clubs usually do not have a number 1 account, although there are some exceptions. See your student program advisor for more information. Applying for SGA funds requires time. Be sure to familiarize yourself with the deadlines associated with student government funds. If you have additional questions regarding SGA funding, the Student Government Treasurer is your elected official to help guide you through the process. Remember, your funding from SGA must be approved before food orders and contracts may be generated. Without approved funding from SGA, your event may not happen. All organizations have a number 2 account. This includes provisional clubs, SGA-funded, and non-SGA-funded clubs. All income that your organization brings in from fundraisers, admission charges, donations, and other sources is deposited here. This account will roll over from year to year, so the money stays with your club even if it's not spent in an academic year. Please keep in mind, when you start as a new club, you start with $0 in this account. You can check the balances within your accounts by talking to your program advisor or Student Involvement and Leadership bookkeeper, Lori Duclos. When you are looking to spend money, you must make sure to complete all appropriate paperwork for your transaction. Check with your program advisor to make sure you're completing all the necessary forms. There are several methods you can use for payments. Purchase order forms are used to create checks and pay certain vendors. Also, a Student Involvement Leadership credit card may be used for other certain purchases. Please do not use your own personal funds. Your organization should not maintain any cash or any outside accounts for payments. A purchase order is used to create a check. You will use a purchase order form to help create payment for expenses like food or transportation. Check with your program advisor about deadlines for turning in purchase orders, also known as PO, request forms. This is what a purchase order form looks like. Make sure to complete all parts in its entirety. Check with your SPA if you have any questions about filling out this form. Purchase orders are used to pay preferred vendors of the college. You will also use a PO when you need to mail or give a check to a performer or service provider. We will discuss more about who preferred vendors are later on. The Office of Student Involvement and Leadership also has credit cards available that may be used for certain purchases. For online orders, please speak with bookkeeper Lori Duclos, and she will assist you with placing your order. If you need to purchase an item in a store, please speak with your program advisor on how you can reserve it and use a credit card for purchase. We have many clubs and organizations asking for credit cards and a limited number of cards, so be sure to plan ahead. Some important things to remember when using an OSO credit card for a club purchase. Credit cards are not always readily available, so be sure to plan ahead. It is important to remember to never pay sales tax. You must save and submit all your receipts along with a credit card form after every purchase. These forms need to be submitted immediately when you return the card. Also, please note that certain items may not be purchased with a credit card. This may include items provided by preferred vendors. Check with your student program advisor or a member of the Student Involvement and Leadership staff to make sure your purchase is allowed. For certain purchases, you must use specific university vendors. The university receives bids from company for certain items and services. The company that provides the overall lowest price for specific items is awarded the bid and becomes our preferred vendor. This means that when a preferred vendor provides an item you're looking for, you must use their services. Remember, these companies are providing a service for the university as a whole. Your specific item may be available less than at another company, but we're required to do business with our preferred vendors first. You can find a list of preferred vendors by going to the Student Involvement and Leadership website, then click on Student Organization Handbook and check under Vendors. This list includes vendors that you must use, as well as some vendors that are suggested and we have worked well with the university before. Some popular vendors include Staples for office supplies, Sodexo, our campus food services company, Tremblay's Bus Company for off-campus transportation, and Moonlight for t-shirts and other printed apparel. If your organization is holding a fundraiser or will be collecting money in any way, please make sure to submit the appropriate paperwork. This may include a fundraising registration form, a cashback request, or a raffle registration form. All money must be returned to Student Involvement and Leadership or the Campus Center Information Desk immediately after your event or fundraiser. Please note that cash boxes provided by the Campus Center may not leave the building. If you're collecting money outside of the Campus Center, please speak to your SPA about other options. If your event is being funded in any way by the Student Government Association, you cannot charge admission to BSU students. Speak with your student program advisor about the specifics of fundraising, charging admission, and collecting money before you make plans for your event. Way to go, Rockstar! You've completed the video for Nuts and Bolts 103. Please log on to the Involvement Network to take the Nuts and Bolts Knowledge Test. Remember, all 4 officers must complete the videos and receive 100% correct answers on their test to complete this club requirement. Good luck!